Remarketer, empowering realtors.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me. First of all, Happy New Year. It's been a couple of weeks since the beginning of the year, but unfortunately, due to circumstances, we didn't have the option. We didn't get the opportunity to start our Remarketer Academy webinars earlier. So I'm happy that we were able to kickstart this today, and we will hopefully continue throughout the year with the same routine that we had before. We do have many new updates lined up to be launched, and I'm anticipating each one of them. As soon as every one is launched, we're going to announce them to you and have a webinar on the topic as well. So there's a lot that's going to be coming up this year, and we're looking forward to every one of them. All right, now for the first session of the year, I thought that it'd be best if we talk about the website customization, and refreshing the looks of your website. This is a good opportunity for you to take a look at the website, see how you would like to change it, maybe add a little touch to the website and refresh it for the new year. Now, I want to talk to you just for a minute about website design and website customization, and how the with regards to the online presence, websites are becoming more and more of a dynamic tool rather than a static sort of an online brochure, if you want to say. Historically, when you're looking at designing a website, it's usually a one-time job. You design a website, and you spend some time customizing it, and making sure it looks good, and then that's it. You leave it and you go about your business, and you don't care about the website's look anymore. It's done. It's over. It's checked off, and it's off of the table. Every once in a while, you revisit your website and you refresh your website based on new technology, based on new tools, and especially new branding requirements. That's usually the case where you would want to refresh your website. It's a little bit of a once in a while job, and you wouldn't really want to change your website unless something major happens. You change your brokerage, you change your branding, you have a whole new aspect of your business. So there are many very rare occasions where you would be forced to touch up your website. However, when you fast forward and you look at the capability as well as the requirements of online marketing, you feel that things are a lot more dynamic. The rise of social media and the role that they're playing in the dynamics of your marketing is growing exponentially. There's a lot of other players coming into play when it comes to the ability of consumers to find you and get in touch with you. It used to be just search engines, and you'd be solely focused on search engine optimization. It's not the case anymore. Search engines are just one channel. A lot of traffic is now being driven to you in terms of the attention and the number of eyeballs that you can attract. over social media platforms. The number of platforms that you need to be active on is growing as well. There used to be just a Facebook. Now it's Facebook, it's YouTube, it's Instagram, it's TikTok, and the list is just growing. And you can't just forego. Um, uh, Having presence on difference, because there are many different sectors of your audience which would prefer different platforms. Now, to add to the mix, AI is also playing a big role as well. So platforms like ChatGPT, like Gemini, like Claude. So these are different platforms where users are beginning to start more to utilize more and more, and your ability to be present and active on those. Well, it's not the same approach as search engine optimization. Is very different, but basically that's another channel of access. So your website is becoming more and more of a dynamic tool rather than a static page of presence. That's why Remarketer, uh, uh, you know, kind of makes sense, the approach that we're taking to give your website as much of a utility um, uh, aspect rather than a presence and a good look, feel good kind of a brochure kind of an approach. You have a lot of dynamic tools integrated on your website. You have the MLS listings automatically loading on your website in several areas of the website. You have your brokerage listings, you have your office listings, you have your own listings, you have the manually added listings, you have pre-construction projects, you have stream of pre-construction projects, you have MLS search, commercial search, lease search. All of those tools are embedded and available on your website. Apart from that, you have tools like market updates and statistical information that are automatically updated on your website. You have the ability to share news articles on your website and news updates on your website, which can automatically happen as well. Apart from that, you can add any third-party widgets or features in there. We have advanced features like home valuation, instant home valuation, which is an AI-based home valuation system, the subscription forms for listing alert and contacting you and getting more information about properties and booking showings, and all of those are integrated into the system. We now have the Home Index app that's also integrated on your website as well. So those of you who are using the Home Index app have realized that your website is completely integrated with the mobile app, which delivers a lot of value there to your website, as well as your ability to provide a next level, a new tier of service to your clients. All the interaction on the app as well as your website are fully integrated, and you get those QR codes available on your website that points to the app, and then you have the link sent by the app that points to your website. These all would play a great role to improve your first of all presence, your the deliverability of your service to your audiences, be your clients or leads or prospects or sphere of influence, whatever, and the ability for your website to have a much bigger and wider footprint so that it will be a lot more exposed on search engines, on AI chatbots, et cetera, et cetera. So the way that you should regard your website is as a tool and a dynamic tool. So remember that, and make sure that that is your objective when you're looking at your website. Therefore, when it comes to website design, you shouldn't look at it from a once in a lifetime or a once a year kind of a job. My suggestion is that you should keep your website up to date with dynamic content. The design should be very dynamic, and you should update it much more frequently than you would before. Change it every month, change it every week. at least once every quarter. So you have a fresh look, and not just the look, a fresh message that you'd be sending out to your audiences as well. Keep it in line with whatever is going on in your business, right? So it's not just the looks of it; it's also the messages that you're sending out to your message. You can promote a lot of whatever is happening when you're selling a property, when you have uh, a client testimonial, when seasonality changes, when markets are soaring, or when markets are slow. So there are many different occasions where you can reflect that by way of design on your website, and that's how we've built Remarketer. So you don't have to, rely on web developers or web design experts to make those changes. But as a business owner, you have the ability to modify and change the settings of your website so it reflects what you want it to reflect as the business owner. So that's very, very important for you to make that shift in the way that you regard your website. Regard it as your number one tool. That's the support platform that you have, and it should definitely reflect the your business front and center. And that's where we come in with the tools that we have. Now, let's go in and check what we have available for you. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this little bit of a probably a little bit of a tedious speech at the beginning is, to give you that background, to give you that, to build the expectation that you would want to have from your website. Now, we've also changed the utilities that we have for your website configuration to deliver that expectation, to be able to meet that expectation a little bit better. That was always our approach from the beginning, but now we've tried to make it a little bit better as well. So you are going to see website configuration. However, you are also going to see a new version of the website configuration that we've recently launched. It may be parts of it are still being ironed out, and we're still working on improving it a little bit further. But what you're about to see is pretty much a brand new interface to your website design. All right. So before we go anywhere, let's just launch your website. The link to your website is right here once you log into to Remarketer. The link to your website is right here at the top of your website. So this is basically your website right there. Now, let me go back and then and change these. I'm just going to take out all the customizations that I had made before. So we're going to remove all of these. I'm just going to save that. All right, so media. All right, so that's the default, what we have. Let's just save that. Perfect. All right. So this is usually the starting point of your website. If you've recently registered on Remarketer, this is the default, usually the default look of your website right off the bat. You might have registered through your brokerage portals, which is going to give the website the look and feel of the brokerage. This background could be your brokerage specific background. The colors that you would have here would be your brokerage default colors. But this is pretty much the slate where you're going to start working on, and you can deviate from this setup right here. Now, for us to get started with website configuration, once you log in, you would scroll all the way down and you would see the website design tab right here under web tools. So under website design, we have several different items that are available. One of which is website configuration. This is what we're going to be talking about today. But quickly, you can also add your bio. This is what will be populating your about page. So that's where you can go to add your bio. I'm not going to get into that, but it's pretty straightforward. You just click add new and add a bio just by writing in, the content that you want to have for your bio. You upload your picture, you put in your information in there, and that's pretty much it. You can also add several bios in here if you want. If you have team members, for instance, that you work with, you can add them here as well, and they will all be listed under the about page right here. So if you haven't done that, this is crucial. Add this in. This page, the about page, is highly search engine optimized, and we've implemented a lot of SEO tuning to this page, and this is going to be crucial for your website's ability to promote you on search engines as well as AI engines as well. So that's one important aspect of it. You can add your awards. So if you have any awards, you can just simply add them in. Every year that you receive an award, you can add them in here. You can even go back and add your previously received awards in here as well. If you have pictures, the logos of your awards, you can upload them in here as well. You can, apart from awards, add certificates, memberships, and sponsorships here as well. So for example, if you're sponsoring Sick Kids Hospital, you can add that sponsorship in here as well. If you're a member of a certain organization, you can add that as a membership here. And all of those are going to be posted right underneath here. So we've got the awards, then there'll be a section for your certificates, there will be a section for your memberships. All of those would be added in here. You can also add your testimonials. So your client testimonials can be added in here. So you can add your client testimonials pretty easy and straightforward. You can set the order. So which one would be first, which one would be second, and third. And you'll have the client testimonials added here as well. You would also get the client testimonials added on your homepage too, right here. So we have this section that automatically pops up as soon as you start adding your testimonials in here as well. So that's another section of it. Now, we also are able to create custom pages. This is going to be a different topic for a different webinar. But as you can see, I have created several different several different custom pages in the past as well. So if you're curious how to create custom pages, and this is a very versatile tool of Remarketer as well, you can certainly go ahead and check out my webinars from before on this. And rest assured, we're going to have new discussions on custom pages as well. Now, for pretty much any module that could use photos, that could be your website, it could be your blog posts, it could be your newsletters, it could be, there are many different tools in Remarketer that could use photos. You have a photo library here as well, where you can upload your pictures, the pictures that you would use, and then you're going to have access to these pictures within the other tools. So if you have any pictures that you want to upload, you can upload them here, and then you can utilize them in different tools of the marketer, as well as your website design tools. All right, now let's go to the website configuration. So under website design, the first item that we have here is website config. This is where you can go to configure your website. All right, so for those of you who have worked in this section before, you can see that there's a fresh look here now. It's a little bit different, and I'm going to show you how things have changed here. We've just rearranged the solution so that it would be more in line with the new approach that we're having in Remarketer in terms of the arrangements of tools, as well as sub-functions of the tools, as well as the fact that we've added some capability to it to make things a little bit easier for you. All right. Now, the first tab that we have under website configurations is the theme tab. So this is where you're going to be able to select the theme of the website. Now we have three different main themes of the website. So each theme of the website has its own capability. So it's fairly easy for you to simply select and save different themes and apply them to your website. Don't worry about it. It will not ruin anything on your website. You can just simply switch from a theme to another one and find out which one is the one that you prefer on your website, and basically utilize that one. So it's fairly easy. I have theme one right here. So this is how theme one looks like. That's the default one. If I change this to theme two, things are going to look a little bit different. So before refreshing, take a look at the menu, for instance, here. Take a look at the slider. Take a look at the featured properties, how they look, the pre-construction projects, things like the great neighborhoods. I'll show you how to configure that. Exclusive services. These are your office listings, and some other tools. So, for example, your MLS search, for example, how that looks. Uh, you can see those as well. Now, if I go ahead and change that to theme two, I'll save this. Let's go back here. All right. Now you would see that things look a little bit different now. The way that the properties are lined up are a little bit different. The tools are a little bit different. Um, let's go to theme three and refresh that. Now you can see that the slider is now different. It's not the same slider that you had before. Again, the feel of the properties are a little bit different. You see the constructions have changed a little bit. So you can see that you can change these themes and see which one you prefer better. But for us to see the full functionality of the whole thing, we're just going to stick to one theme. I'm going to stick to the main theme right here, and we're going to go through this. Give me a second, please. Give me a second, please. Let me send this message. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Phone just kept ringing. All right, so I'm going to stick to theme one, and we're going to through all of these features, but all of these apply to the one that you would like to use as well. So you can utilize the whole set for each one of the themes that you want to use. All right, so you select the theme, and then you have several options for the header style. So you can see that the themes are not hard-coded pretty much. Each one of them can then be modified further. So you have several different options to create, to use themes and then alter the themes accordingly. So you have many, many different variations of the website that you can build by going through these options. All right, so for example, if we have the header style set to left, this is how the header is going to look like. Now, these are not the default settings for the tools up here in the menu. That's why they're a little bit squished, and that's why we have these options as well. So if your menu starts growing, in this case it has grown, then you have the option to change this so that things would be better. So you have the left mini, which will basically create a miniature section for the header. This one is off a little bit. Or you have the center, which is, there it is. Okay, there it is, it loaded. Which puts your name and branding in the center and then allows for the tools to have a much bigger separate space where you can have a much bigger main menu right here than the default configurations. So you can change these as well. We also have a transparent option as well, which would basically brings out the this background to the very top and makes it a transparent header right here. Now we're going to have another setup for this, which I will show you shortly. All right, so let's go back to center. Now we've got the sticky header and the page title bar. So these are both turned on here. This is what it means. If I scroll down, you can see that the header sticks around. If I switch this off, it won't stick around anymore. We also have a page title bars. If I go to about, you see this section right here. This is a title bar. You can switch this on or off. So if you don't want the title bar to show, so for instance, if you go to news, we have a title bar here. If you don't want it to show, you can just simply switch this off right here. So this is pretty much, you know, the main structure of the website that you can configure here. Now, on the right-hand side, you can configure the coloring of your website. Now, we do have several different default options available. You can select your brokerage here. The brokerage is listed here. Or if you want, you can add your own coloring scheme here as well. So these are all the different ones. And then you can also have a custom color scheme as well. All you need to do is to put in your colors by the use of the color codes that would be available to you from whoever is doing your branding. So for example, if you're an agent at Century 21, you could just simply select Century 21 and all the default corporate colors would apply to your website. So I can just simply select that. And if I refresh, now you can see that the color scheme of the website is in accordance to my brokerage. Right? You can see the color schemes here. Now, the only thing that you need to consider when you're selecting colors, especially if you're doing custom colors, is that your primary color and the secondary color, these two should have quite a bit of contrast. So because they're used together, if they don't have contrast, in some areas you might have some problems. So for example, if I go to the property detail page, you can see that the secondary color and the primary color are used together. If these two are similar, then the logos here might not show properly. All right, you can see that in here as well. Some of the information here, for example, you can see is using the secondary color right there. So if it's too faded or if it doesn't have the contrast with the primary color, you see the primary color and secondary color being used together right here. You can easily distinguish the colors. So they should have quite a bit of contrast. If they don't, then it's not going to really look that efficient for your website. But you can certainly go ahead and customize the colors and add your own colors. If you want to have a custom color right there, I can add my own colors to the here. Let's say these are my custom colors. I can save them, and there we go. My custom colors now appear. You can see them. Appearing in the different areas. This is what I was talking to you about when I was telling that you have the Home Index app well integrated into the system, you can see that the QR codes are available in different areas of the website that integrate your website with the mobile app. That gives your users maximum exposure to the app as well as your website. So we're utilizing both tools to expose you to the public as much as possible, to your clients as much as possible. All of your tools will seamlessly work. Your listing alerts is going to seamlessly work. Your home valuation is going to seamlessly work. The app is going to send traffic here. This is going to be sending traffic there. So all of those are fully integrated. All right, back to the topic. So this is where we would configure our color scheme as well as our themes. Now, the next tab here is the media tab. This is where I can start changing things um, visually. So, for example, I can change the background here. I can change the logos. I can change the pictures that are being used here, for example, for these tools. I can change the background here. So there are many different things that we can start modifying in this tab, the media. Now, the first thing is the favicon. The favicon is the little icon that loads. You can see the little icon that loads in the corner of the name tag of your browser. So when people have multiple browsers open, this favicon helps identify the tab that your website is loaded in, and the user can quickly go to the tab that your website is looking loaded in there. So if you are using a brokerage setup, the favicon is usually your brokerage logo and it's already configured for you. However, you can add your favicon here as well. I have a favicon already uploaded, but if you have a little file created for your favicon, you could just simply drag and drop it in here and you'll be able to select it to be applied. So now I have a favicon applied here. If I save this, and you can see this little icon that used to be here, if I refresh that, it's now the new icon that I have just uploaded. So the favicon can be added. Now, the next thing, which is an important thing for most of you that you would want to I need to switch off my phone because it's really annoying me now. Okay. Okay, so the next thing, which is an important factor for a lot of you, is adding a website logo. So many of you have your own logos that you want to use instead of the default setup that we have for you right here. So we give it a little bit of an animation to make it a little fun and to capture the attention of the user when they land on your website. We want them to see your name. So that's the default configuration. It kind of makes it easy for you. However, for those of you who've invested in having your own logo and your own branding kind of going there, you can easily add a website logo to your website as well. So let's go ahead and add a website logo. Let's say this is my logo and I have added this right now to the website. If I save that, you can see that the top section is going to change and it will now display my website logo. So if I have my own logo, I can certainly add that to my website right there. Now, the second one, which is an alternative logo for the transparent theme only. This will only load on the transparent theme. And I'll show you why we need that. So let's go ahead and change that. Let's go back to theme and change this to transparent. All right. So this is the transparent logo, the transparent theme. I'm just going to go to the main menu and load the default here as well. Okay, so that's not that long thing that I had. We'll get to that as well. So you see the logo here? It looked good when it had a white background, but it doesn't look very well when we have a picture loading behind it. So we have a background over here. So for that, what we usually need to have is a reverse logo as well, or inverted logo as well. So if I go to media, I can then add the alternative logo right here, which would look something like this. So probably, I think it's this one, which is just a white version of the logo. There it is. You see that? Um, and I can just save this and refresh. Now you see, I have an alternate logo that loads when the background is behind it. And as soon as I move away, it switches back to the original logo, as you can see. So as soon as the background is out of the way and the background is white again, I'm using that one. So if I'm, let's say, on the About page, this main logo is going to be used. But if I have a background loaded, it is going to change it to the alternative logo, so it will alternate between these two logos in order to make the visibility of the logo, to maximize the visibility of the logo there. So that's why we have this alternative logo. The best thing to do is for you to make sure that you have the same size when you're uploading these two pictures. All right. So let me select this, and that is fine. Now, you can also change the footer brokerage logo. You usually have a logo uploaded in your settings, in your account settings for your brokerage logo, which is going to be used in your marketing material, the emails that go out, etc. But you can change the footage brokerage logo again, usually because that one would be using a dark background, perhaps, and you would want to have the inverted logo for the footer brokerage as well. So I can change that to, again, the inverted version of my brokerage logo, which is going to only apply to the footer of the website. As you can see, this one is now looking a lot better. You can also change the title bar background, which is right here. So these title bars can be changed. You can also change the services section background, as well as these call to action. So you can change these as well. So if you need to change any of them, that's fine. Now, the more important one is the banner, the sliding banner at the top of your website. If you come to the homepage, you can see that we have this banner. Let me go back to the non-transparent setup. Makes it a lot easier for you to see what's going on. All right, so this banner is configured right here. So we go to media, sorry, the slider section. That tab is where we configure the banner. Now, you can see at the top here, we have 4 slides or a video. So it's not and, it's either you can set up to 4 slides, which then the banner will slide into and transition into the other ones as well. So you can have a sliding banner by having 4 slides, up to 4 slides, or you can use a video banner instead. Okay. So if you want to do a sliding banner, right now, slide 1 is on. You can see that it's switched on. And this is another thing that we've changed, and you have new features and capabilities in here right now. This one is switched on. Slide 2 is switched off. Slide 3 is switched off. And slide 4 is switched off as well. All right. For each one of them, you have the option to load the default settings. I can load the default settings. For slide 2, I can do the same thing. I can load the default settings. So it'll load the default configurations for me. 3 and 4. But I can now easily customize each one of them for myself. All right. So for example, here it says slide 1 is on. Title, meet your local real estate expert. Subtitle, learn more about your experience, values, and approach. Button, read more. And the button link goes to the about page. So that's pretty easy. What's the slide image? This is the slide image. There it is. So that's the setup that we're seeing right here. Let's go ahead and change that. So I'm going to change this to, let's say, um, um, whatever, and save it. You can see that that changes right here on this slide. So before, we needed to go into the code in order to make these changes, but now it's a lot easier for you to make the changes for what it says um, on the banner right here. Let's go ahead and add a second sliding banner here. What I need to do is that I'll switch it on. Let's say I want this one to point to, um, let me get rid of these customization stuff in here. I want this one to point to my home valuation tool. Okay, so that's the URL that it should be going to. All right, let's do this. Instant home valuation. Use our state-of-the-art AI tool to evaluate your home right now. Whatever. Okay. Home valuation. And the button link is going to be right here. So you just need the page. You don't need your URL. Whatever comes after your URL. You can put the whole thing in there as well. That's fine, but this is usually enough. And I want it to be in the center of the screen, right there. I can also change the background to any other slide that I may want to use. So forget about that right now. I'm just using the default background. Let's save it. And let's go back here. Now I have a second one. That's there. Home valuation takes me right here. So you see, I have call to action set up on my banner, right? So now we have a sliding banner. I can switch on the slide, it's the second slide or the fourth slide as well to be able to do the same. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background here. So let's switch this one off just to make it simpler. And I want to change the background here. Let's say I would like to use this background or whatever other image that I may choose. There it is. I have this background available as well. Now let's imagine that you sell a property. Just want to give you a quick example. Let me just quickly get a picture of a property. I'm just quickly making a property here. Export as PNG. All right, ready. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload a new background, and that is going to be this property image of mine. And I can select this. All right, so I have uploaded the picture of the property that I just sold. I'm just going to say here, sold over asking. Learn about the recent property sold by our team for whatever. Read more. And it's going to go into the detail page of the property. So that's the detail page of the property. Here, I just need that. And I'll save that. Now, if someone comes to your website, this is what they're going to see right off the bat. And once they click, it's going to take them to the property detail page. If it's sold, it would ask them to register, etc., etc., etc. Now you see what I mean by the fact that your website is a tool and not just something that should look good. It is an actual working tool for you that's promoting your property sold, promoting the property that you want to really promote up there. You can have a picture of you and your client talking and have a testimonial promoted right here as well. You can have an event promoted here. Join me in, I don't know, whatever sponsorship that I'm doing in an event, for example. You can have a community event promoted over here. You can have a lot of things doing it. Now, when you have that perspective, you have content for your websites, even the hero banner of your website, and you can complement the design of your website with the activities, the functions, and the features of your of your business, and promote your business, yourself, your clients, and your sphere of influence, and the sponsorships and all of that on your website. And you can perhaps change this once every week or even once every day, whatever you want to do. You have a lot of capability here, and it's pretty simple for you to do that. You have 4 different slides, and you could do that easily. So updating the content of your website, when it's easy, then you can make it a tool, right? And you can make it a utility out of it. All right. Now, if we go to the last tab right here for the video, I'll quickly show you how you can configure a video in here as well. So what I need to do is I need to shut down all the slides, so I don't have any slides available. Instead, I want to switch on the video slider. Again, you can have a title here. Let's say my happy client. We have recently purchased a property for this client, right? I'm just writing down stuff. Evaluate your property. And this is going to go to home valuation. All right. Let's say sold a property for this client. This is going to be in the center. All right. Now, what we need to have here is the video link. So this is a little bit tricky, and we're still working on this a little bit to make it a little bit more capable. But please read this. It says enter the YouTube video ID here. Okay. So we need to, if the video of me and talking to my client is on YouTube, I need to get the video ID. I'll just show you what I mean. Okay. I'm just going to get a YouTube video, whatever. Let me find something that's a little... All right, whatever. So let's imagine this is my video. Just okay. So let's imagine this is my video. Now the video ID is this section right here. So it comes right after the V, which stands for version. V equals this little random code that we have here. If I click on share and I go to embed, you can see the same code is right here. All right. So basically what I need is this little code at the end of the video, and I can paste that right there. I can save it. And now if I refresh it, let's see what happens. This one is still on. Oops. No. Let's refresh this. Go to slider. All right, this has to be off. Save. Now it's off, and this one is on. You can't have both of them on at the same time. There it is. Now you have your video available, and this is pointing to my home valuation here, or you can point this to the actual video. The video is not going to play sound here on the website. It's not the best thing to have a video with the sound, but you can link this to the video on YouTube where you can have, well, someone can actually watch the video if that's the case. Otherwise, if it's just an ambiance video showing you and the team walking around doing door knocking and doing the activities and everything, that can work in here as well. All right. So these are the things that I want you to see in terms of the looks of your website, customizing the looks of your website, and also knowing that you can turn your website into a tool and a utility that you can, much more frequently upload to send across messages a lot more efficient on your website. Remember, your website is not your online catalog. What it is the support platform for your marketing activities. So whatever you're doing on social media, whatever email marketing that you're doing, whatever ads and paid ads that you're running, whatever field activities you're doing, you're door knocking, you're sending out postcards, you're sponsoring shows, and you're going here and you're meeting people. At the end of the day, when they want to really see what you're about and what you're doing, they will come to your website. That's where all of the roads are leading at the end of the day. They're all coming to your website. And this is where you're going to be able to shine and promote what you want to promote. All right. Okay. There are a bunch of other things as well, but these aren't necessarily what we want to talk about today. I just wanted to talk about the looks and the customization of the website. We probably will continue on these next week, so that I can show you some more functions and features as well, and how to configure your website even further. But before that, let's go ahead and see what questions we have here. So good morning, Stephen. Thank you very much for joining me. Can we save our current layout as a custom so we can try out other options but still have the option to go back to your current layout? So the layouts, as I mentioned, are easy to shift. So for example, here I have this video banner showing. So if I go ahead and change my theme, for example, and I go to theme 3, I can pretty much see the same thing happening under theme 3. So this is with theme 3. And if you don't like it, you can go back to theme 1 right here. All right. So you can still, there's no need really to change to save stuff because all of the content here are going to be saved. You're just changing themes, for instance, around. But in terms of having custom configurations saved here so that you can have variations saved, we still don't have that option, unfortunately. But maybe that's something for the future that we can add so that you can kind of have a backup that you can go back to as well. So thank you for that question. So partially the answer is yes, but not definitely. So I hope that helps. Hi, Andrew. Great to have you back with us. All right. Where can I source new images without worrying about? Oh, great question. Great question. Let me show. Uh, we've got a little tool built for you right here. Um, which is Pixabay. Now, I was working with my colleague today that was working on this. It's just a little something that's not functional yet, but it uh, connects the system to a royalty-free repository of media. Now, this is going to get working hopefully by the end of the day today. So you can just simply click on Pixabay in your media room and download pictures directly. However, this is one repository and there are more of them available. All right. So you can go to pixabay.com and this is royalty-free images that you could use on your website without having to worry about copyrights. So for example, if I search for, let's say, modern kitchen, there it is. Just make sure these are sponsored images from iStock. These ones are not free, but the ones that are royalty-free images, these are the ones that are royalty-free images. So for example, if I like this image and I'd like to use this, you can also see they also show these little icons here. This one is AI generated. This one's not AI generated. So you can see these kind of things as well. So for example, if I like this, let's say which one, for example, let's say I like this one. I can go ahead and download this and use it on my website. Now here, you can also say thanks. This is an option here. You can see the license here. It allows you to use this on a commercial website. Optionally, you can link the image to the artist or not. So that's up to you. But now I could just simply go ahead and use the picture that I downloaded on my website. Don't overkill it. You don't need huge sizes, just a regular web optimized size of the image is fine. Now that I've uploaded this to my media room, I have access to it. I can go to website configuration, to the media. Let's say I want to change, sorry, slider. I want to change that. So we need to switch this on first, switch this off. Let's see. This is on, this is off, and we're going to change this picture. There it is. So now I have this other picture. You can change it and crop it and make it a little bit shorter, for instance, if that one's too large for you. So let's say I want to crop this like so and use another. You can also upload it right here as well. So I have a new version of the same picture, which was cropped a little bit. There it is. So now it's a little bit better of a fit. There we go. So it's not too long, for instance. And you now have a new one. So this is one repository which you could use. Another one that I could suggest is this one, unsplash.com. That one's got a little bit more of an artistic theme to the pictures. There's also Pexels, pexels.com. These are all royalty free. There's Burst. These are also royalty free pictures. So you can go through these and, kind of see which ones you like, for example. So these are also, remember, some of them have different um, options here. So you can see what you want. So we get the low resolution, download free photo. If there's any royalty attached to it, you're going to be notified here. So you would know what to use and what not to use. All right, so these are some of the ones that I could suggest, but Pixabay, we're going to connect it to the system and you're going to have access to it directly. So if you want to change things here, you can just simply switch this on and change, directly get them from Pixabay right here. Otherwise, you can just go to Pixabay, find the one that you want and download it and then upload it onto the system here, and you don't have to worry about royalties there. So hopefully that helps. All right, so I'm going to stop here. I hope this was informative for you. It was a long session. There's still a lot to go, but you get the hold of it now. You know where to go, what to do. Try to play with things, see what you like, and then make this your objective this year. Your website design is part of your website's utility, so make use of it as a tool. Promote your services. When you have videos, promote it. When you have uh, properties sold, promote it. When you have events, when you're running ads, when you're running campaigns, promote it on your website as well. It's great if you're running a campaign on, let's say, Instagram, have the same campaign promoted on your website as well. So if someone comes there, the connection is made immediately. Your website is not a separate entity to your marketing. It's the support entity to your marketing. So make use of it with that in mind. All right. And with that, we're going to end the session today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day and week. And I'll see you again next week with a different topic. Enjoy.